Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the mill. We want to thank you for tuning in to our channel, Bearded Lumber. My name's Eric. In our last video, you seen we got the roof installed on this building. So we're going to do a series here, and it's on the kiln build. It's not so much about the building. Granted, you got to have a building to put it in, but we mostly wanted to focus on the kiln building itself that's inside this building. While you're watching this, just bear in mind that this is my interpretation on how I want to build a kiln. It's just for informational purposes. You do yours the way you want to, and don't let anybody tell you any different, okay? You're grown people. You can do it the way you feel like you ought to do it for your area, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take their best guidance and use the interpretation I want to build it to suit my needs. That being said, you know, we'll walk through this process of building a kiln from the ground up. You know, I looked at buying, you know, some prepackaged kilns. The price wasn't as much the issue as the way they were laid out. The design just didn't fit my needs and the property where I'm trying to incorporate it. So this is one reason we went with a building our own kiln versus just buying one in a box. I think it will, in the long term, it will suit our needs much better. We hadn't went over the framing yet, so I'm gonna walk you around this morning and show you just a little bit of what we've done. This building is a 20-foot deep by 80-foot long building. Now on the left hand end, I've got a 20-foot bay and another 20-foot bay.
Hey.
I got a visitor this morning. Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Hey.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Good.
Good. Did you come get Pop a hug?
No, I'm going to Granny's.
Oh, you're going to Granny's. Okay, I got overrun.
These muddy shoes.
Yeah. Well, you walk through the mud. You have to wash them off.
Look.
Oh, wow. I still kisses anyway. Mwah.
Look.
Girl and her baubles, gotta have them. Yeah, they're beautiful. Okay, well, you going to Granny's, hit the road. See you later.
Bye. I have to go take the mud.
Sorry, guys. Worth more than all the money in the world. Anyway, this is our second 20-foot bay for storage. These are going to be for wood that's either ready to go in the kiln or that has came out. The center portion here is 20 foot deep by 24 foot long, and we have framed it down to a 10-foot ceiling. We'll have two 10 by 10 doors on the front. We'll go into the story of them later. Oh Lord. Okay, in the kiln, I've never seen one that had a back door. I wanted to be able to access the kiln without having to open the front doors. So this wall that's studded up is actually the back wall of the kiln, and then I'll have a 3-foot entry door I can walk into and have a back hallway, and my electrical and all our computer stuff will be back here protected. There'll actually be a 3-foot exit door on that side, and I also will have a 3-foot exit door on this side of the kiln. Now, I've never seen one built this way, and I don't know why. It just allows me to have access to the kiln from the back side if I want to go in and check the lumber, you know, mid-cycle without having to open the big doors. We still got some framing to do here to run our siding. That's what I'm working on this morning. I'm gonna run horizontal siding from the bottom all the way up, and the main purpose of that is to have it spray foamed. I'm gonna do the same thing back here. I'm gonna run horizontal siding from the ground all the way up, and I'm also gonna have him spray foam the ceiling in that room, but come all the way across and just corner down on the side of this block wall here. Not that it's needed a whole lot back here other than just to keep this stuff from having any temperature issues in the wintertime. And this is our last bay here. This bay is 16 foot wide, and the purpose of this bay was I'm going to eventually add where this pallet's sitting here, I'm going to add a wood-fired boiler, supplement heat my kiln with it, as well as I might run it to the house and heat the house and that shop eventually. We'll get some doors on it. But we'll have some videos out on the framing. There'll be still shots and time lapse, because like I said, we didn't want to bore you with all the framing. These end walls, I notched them for a couple reasons. One, I thought it would look better. I'm gonna put board and batten on the outside to give it a little more of a bar look, as well as it saved a lot of block. The framing, all the 2x6s, the 2x12s, I sawed off a local tree man that was gracious enough to clear the lot. He just needed to get rid of it. And it was some beautiful forest pine. I sawed out, I forget, 400 or 500 2x6s, 12 foot long. Did all the interior framing as well as all the rafter framing. Now, to span this building 20 foot out, we needed that intermediate beam to carry the roof load, as well as we built this beam out here to carry the roof load. And these beams are 1.5 inches by 10, 3 layers thick, with 1/2 inch plywood and liquid nails in between each layer. So I don't think it'll be an issue. But that was a challenge. There'll be some time-lapse videos on that. Don't recommend that without some good help. Matthew, he's here every day helping. He'll be back in just a little bit. My dad helped. Dad was irreplaceable on this job. He spent most of his time sitting right there on that machine, lifting us up and down. And if you've ever worked without having to build scaffolding, his help was well appreciated. But this end, we'll get to it eventually. We're gonna put board and batten from top to bottom to seal it up, make it look better. The openings, I wanted the openings tall. This first bay, I may pull it back down about 3 or 4 feet once I get my boiler installed, just for the looks. Those 2 bays on the end, there's 14 feet underneath the header. It's 17 feet all the way to the top, but it's 14 feet out of the header, and I can stack a great deal of lumber in there, waiting to go in the kiln or coming out of the kiln, either one. So, but I just want to tell you thank you for watching our channel. We've been watching the analytics. I know some of you guys watching are not YouTubers. You're just like I was, 2 months ago. You're just a person that was enjoying the content. I cannot believe the response we've had to this channel. People wanting to watch what Matthew and I do every day. It's amazing, and we just want to tell you we greatly appreciate it. Tell your friends, share these videos, get other people to look at them. For a man my age, it's amazing that people want to watch what I do every day, and I love it. I spent 35 years in the public sector, and I should have done this a long time ago. The money's, it could be better, but we're reinvesting a lot. We're trying to grow our business, trying to grow our YouTube channel, but spending time at home, getting to see my grandkids. They're over here in the garden with their mother right this morning doing a little work, just ripping and roping. This is enjoyable. I never got to enjoy that when I was leaving home at 4 o'clock in the morning to go make deliveries. And come rolling in at 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, just wore out. This is better. This is much better. But guys, thank you. Probably gonna do most of this on time lapse. I hate time lapses, but it's just gonna be a laborious process. Me cutting boards, putting this wall up. Matthew will be back here shortly and it'll speed up. But I got a stack of pine boards here. These are forest pine boards. These are what left over. Sawing out all these 2x6s. They're kind of randoms. 6, 7s, 8s, but I'm gonna sheet this wall from the floor to the ceiling. Now I'm gonna start off, when we get finished, this bay is gonna have gravel in it once we level it up, but I'm still gonna start the bottom course with some white oak boards. I went over to the pile, I got some I sawed here recently. I'm gonna use that for a bottom course, just makes good sense. So, thank you guys, let's get to it. Okay, guys, had to stop here for a little while. Had two gentlemen bring a couple logs, unloaded them, sit around and talk a few minutes. But you can see we're moving up the wall just a little bit. There's one section over here where there's a wall connector for the back hallway. I had some 2-inch foam. I ripped it down and put it in there. If you don't put it in now, it won't get insulated. But that ought to be good enough to hold spray foam from the inside. So we'll put you back on time lapse and we'll keep working through it. Thanks, guys. Okay guys, we're back. It's the next day. Matthew and I worked a little late yesterday evening getting that back hallway finished, so it's completed. We got this wall here behind us that we need to sheet, and that'll be the majority of the sheeting we need to do except for the front prior to having this spray foam. So we appreciate you hanging in there, and let's get it done. Thanks guys. Okay guys, we finished up the third wall here. Got it all the way up to the above the ceiling, so that part of the project's done. We're gonna move around the front, and where our two door posts are, I'm gonna do some pearl lining. One, because we'll do board and batten on the front, and two, it adds extra strength and rigidity because Matthew and I are gonna have to build the doors. I called a company that builds these kind of doors, and they quoted me a price that they didn't want to build it. So, you know, they don't want to take my money. We'll build them ourselves and go on from there. So let's move over here and finish this up. Okay guys, we're gonna wrap this video up here. Matthew finished putting all this pearl lining in. Dad come by just a minute, we was talking. He got all this pearl lining in. Like I said, this was put in for two reasons. One, to have a nailer for the 1x10s on the front, but we're also gonna hang our kiln doors off this triple 2x6. I want to tie it back into the corner here. So it's tight. Let's walk out here, see if we can get a look without the sunshine. There we go. So that
door is tall.
It's tall. Matthew's standing there. It's 10-foot opening it's 10 by 20 opening. We still got to cover the front. We're gonna do board and batten on the front. Both sides are done. You know, I wasn't overly concerned about fit and finish on this because we're going to spray foam it from the inside. It's just there to hold it while it gets spray foamed. The back hallway, got to put doors up, but back hallway's done. We'll be mounting our electrical panel as well as along this wall here. Somewhere there'll be a countertop, desk, something, you know, put all our computer stuff on. Of course, we got the other exit door. And this is something I haven't seen on any kiln, is a back door. But I want to be able to get into my kiln during the drying process if I need to, without having to open the big doors. So,
Hopefully less heat loss.
yeah. And this is the other side done. So, okay. Like I said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm sorry about the time lapse. You know, this is just a board process, nailing boards. It's noon now. You know, it took us all morning to finish up this sidewall and do a little bit on the front. It's just, you get bored sitting there watching it. I would too. But the next video, I believe we're going to pull our kiln package that we bought from WoodMizer. I bought a KD250 package with, comes with 2 fans. I bought an additional set of fans to go with it. Got 6 or 7, I'm not sure, I have to go check. But we're gonna pull all that out and unbox it, because I hadn't opened it. It's been sitting here for a couple months, and there's no point in me tearing into it till we got to this point to where we can start wrapping our brain around what we will do next. But that'll be our next upcoming video. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. If you would, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about Bearded Lumber. We're here just doing what we do every day. Thanks, guys. See you at the mill.